Joe Biden was sworn in as president in 2021. Do you believe he was duly elected? And if you are elected to this seat, what role do you have in fostering trust or changing the election system?
Our first response this time from Monica Tranel.
Thank you for the question. And the first role is developing trust. And what I have done to do that across Montana, I've spent my professional career here, my 25 years working for you in Montana, delivering for you, working for Montana Tech employees. I've put almost 40,000 miles on my minivan, showing up, talking to you, talking to city councils, county commissioners, meeting you where you are and connecting with our communities. That's the first step in building trust, is meeting you and connecting with you, being available, showing up for debates, 10 of them. John Lamb and I have shown up for all of them. So that's the first step in building in trust. Our elections are free and secure, and it's irresponsible and nonsense to say anything else like the platform that Ryan Zinke's party has embraced. I know, and I've talked to the election officials across this state, people who have spent 30 years who are getting death threats. It's irresponsible, it's wrong, our elections are fair and secure, and we need to stand by that and stop that dangerous rhetoric.
Our next answer from John Lamb.
I trust you, the people, as voters, to if you don't like us, vote us out. If you pick the best candidate for the position, we have a big dilemma in this country. That's one reason I'm running, is the people deserve a new voice, a new face, just a common person that's going to represent you, the people. I can only say that I can only trust what the election results are. I am not an expert in it. Joe Biden is the president of this country, whether I like him or I like Trump. I did not vote for either one of them. I voted for Jo Jorgensen because I felt that she was the lesser of the two evils. So my main concern is being a voice for the people, being that new voice that can actually represent bipartisan for you. You the voters, need to choose.
And our answer from Ryan-Zinke.
I think Montana does a pretty good job of elections. I think we're good people. I think as long as people stay vigilant and look at the elections and get out there and do our part. I'm absolutely against federal takeover elections because, quite frankly, I don't trust the federal system. I ask you this: what branch, division of the United States government do you trust? And the elections, we should be concerned because your vote should count. And when there's doubt cast, as the FBI has shown, Russian collusion, they were involved. FBI evidently talked to Mr. Zuckerberg and put the finger on the scale and said suppress stories about Hunter Biden's laptop. When does that happen and why? So when those things come up, we need to pursue them. Our election system is sacred, and it's all of us to make sure that elections are fair. And if we question, then let's question it. But in Montana, I think we do a pretty good job. I've talked to most of the county clerks. They're pretty convinced that if there was some tomfoolery, it was small. But all of us have a job to do to make sure the elections are safe, secure, and one vote is one person, and let's make sure we do it right.
Time now for a quick follow-up, and we'll begin again with Monica Tranel.
Interesting, Ryan, that you say our elections are done well in Montana when 15 of the 16 counties came in the primary and you were not going to win and waited for the Lincoln County results to come in for 3 days. You sent out a fundraising email saying the Democrats had actually stolen the Republican primary elections. That is a kind of irresponsible and dangerous rhetoric that's wrong and needs to stop. Our elections are safe and secure, and when you lose, I expect you to concede. Thank you.
A follow-up from John Lamb.
As a libertarian, I'm for limited government, limited federal government, especially in our lives. I believe in state and local control, and we should turn everything back, take the federal government out of it, put it back into the hands of the states where it belongs. Let us as locals make those decisions in our local cities, counties, and state.
And final follow-up from Ryan-Zinke.
I think the Constitution is clear. The Constitution is the states have primacy over elections. Again, I think the elections in Montana are run pretty good. I think there's always vigilance, make sure people watch the polls, make sure that there's confidence in our election system. But I think in Montana does a pretty good job. I can't say the same thing for other states, but Montana, I think we do a good job.